Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So there is not too much to talk about these days. You know, it has been quite a boring weekend. Not unexpected because we forecasted a wave 4. A wave 4 is typically a bit of a boring wave. We know that. That is typically when people get frustrated. I already read it, you know, in the Discord and Telegram chats that people get frustrated, and I fully understand. It is a difficult time in the market. It's hard enough, but yeah, we talked in the previous video about another low that would be most likely coming in this 5-wave move down that I expect ideally in the region of around 1150, possibly down to 1130. That is the region where I would expect it to get into. Yeah, it already is in the larger red support box. Yeah, so it has already reached the larger target that we defined for this move down. The question is, do we get a 5th move down or not? Ideally, yes. And it could be that it has started just now, like half an hour ago or so, or an hour ago, because it started to decline. Yeah, so that is now looking interesting. In the previous video, I also talked to you about that this a move below 1175 would most likely cause further drops and would most likely at least be an indication that we are coming further down. I mean, to be honest, you know how B waves are. All of this could be a massive ABC. So a B wave here still. It could also be, to be honest, some kind of a triangle. You know, they like triangles, wave 4s, but the latest drop here makes a triangle fairly unlikely. So I think it's either now the impulsive move down in a wave 5, which would get into 1150 to 1130. And to be honest, we only need probably one more low for that. Yeah, because if we're honest, let's say this was already the wave 4 here in some way, maybe here or here. Both is possible. Then we could say this is already a wave 1, this is a wave 2. We are now in a wave 3 of 5. There would be a 4 and a 5 of 5, taking us into that 1150, 1130 area. Posted in Telegram earlier that we had broken here this very mini head and shoulders pattern that was retested from below, retest successful, and could really move down lower from here and fulfill also on the micro count the expectation here. Then it will be time for a bounce, in my opinion, from down here. Yeah, I'd be looking at a bounce to the upside. We will have to see if this is going to be bullish or not. I mean, with bullish, I mean we're making a higher high above 1350. There are two possibilities, either in the red count or the green count. They are just different structures here, how you count them. They would be both 5-wave moves to the upside, however. So we should be recognizing them as something impulsive, ideally. Yeah, even though they could also be diagonal patterns, and then we're talking about a super unreliable pattern. The other option, and that would be the much more bearish option, and I've added that to the chart after my warnings as well, that we could obviously be breaking down here because the move down is is stronger than ideal for further continuation to the upside. So last week we still could count this move up as a possible impulse. It has morphed into something that we can only call either a corrective wave pattern, ABC, or some kind of a diagonal. And a bearish interpretation would be that we are indeed coming down here as 5 waves, which is what we expect, but that could also be part of the bullish count, because it could, for example, in the red count, A, B, C, the move down could be a 5-wave move in a wave C. So just because we see 5 down here doesn't mean we are in an immediate bearish count and will break below the support box. It just means that, yes, the blue count is still on the table, which I've added, because this is the bearish interpretation. Yeah. It's something I talked about in previous videos, but never really put onto the chart. But I think it's time now. You need to be aware what could be coming. Either way, and that's what I explained, I do expect a bounce from this area. This whole area is located between 1125 and 1190. And if the move up is going to be a 3-wave move, then it's very likely we're going to come down in 5 and will also go to lower lows. Yeah, so this would be the most bearish interpretation we have here. No, the most bearish would be to break below the support box, but I don't expect that. I would expect some kind of a support, a bounce from the red area. The blue count will not be possible anymore, or will get very, very unlikely above $1,300. So if we get above 1,300, we can be certain that we are in the green or the red count and would probably make it to around 1,400, maybe even a little bit more. But also after that move then, we're expecting a move down. Whereas in the red count, we would most likely also make a lower low. In the green count, we could hold a higher low. So it all depends now on the next move up, what kind of structure we can see. If it's going to be a 3-wave move up, we need to be careful and need to be preparing for another low. We can probably recognize that if we see a weak wave count, weak movement to the upside, choppy movement that doesn't get above 1270, for example, the resistance area, that's a big warning that we will make lower lows straight away. If we see 5 waves up and 3 down, that could be a long trade setup. Yeah, so I'd be a bit patient here. I wouldn't be trading this too aggressively anyway, because we don't have a very good trade setup here. This is at the moment still very uncertain. It would become a better setup if we see a first 5-wave move up or 3 down, or 3 up, yeah, and then as a short trade, because it's a wave 3 which would be coming next most likely. So yeah, need to be a bit more patient, but I think we're getting closer here to the target of around 1130 to 1150. Then we would expect a bounce, and then I'm looking forward to that, to be able to interpret what kind of wave structure we're going to see here. Again, bounce either way expected. It's the structure that will tell us about the move afterwards. Okay, that's my update about Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.